Hi everyone. I want to say what Hi guys, hi everybody. How are you guys? Open. Or you get someone to help you. Okay. Don't come back with this now. Ah, hi guys, hope you good. The joys of working from home, guys. These are the
Just when you
joys.
get started.
Just when you get started, these are back. So yeah, I think yeah, today. All right. Okay. Hi guys. We hope you're good. We hope you are excited. It's a new month, but it's not only a new month, it's also a new quarter, guys. So we are excited to come live and share with you guys how you can actually review the month that was, but not only the month, to help you review the last quarter of the year and to help you set new intentions for the new month and for the new quarter as well. If you are watching us live, please type hashtag live. And if you are watching a replay, please type hashtag replay. For those of you that are watching us for the first time, my name is Mobile Mapagatim Seledo and I do my husband with I do the business with
Yes, she does me with my success. So yeah, man, it's facing Selego, yeah. Yes, we've been doing the business together for the past 9 years, and
amazing 9 years, like changing 9 years. But anyway, today we are not here to talk about our opportunity, but we are here to equip you guys on the skills that you need to move your businesses forward.
to the next level.
Now, before we talk about, reviewing what you need to look at when you are reviewing the business it is time to really, really, really focus. Just yesterday, we were celebrating New Year, but now we are talking about the second quarter of the year. And before we know it, the year is going to be over. So this is really a time for us that are building businesses that have huge goals for the year to refocus, to really, really refocus so that we can have the results that we are looking for. This is the time for us to reset as well. And most importantly, this is the time for us to forgive ourselves. It is the time for us to forgive ourselves. If maybe the previous months, the previous 3 months, you were not showing up to your best of your abilities, we want you guys to forgive yourselves. If you were not the leader that you think your team deserves, we want you guys to forgive yourselves. If you were not doing all the DMOs that are needed in order for you to move your business forward, we want you guys to forgive yourselves. Because if you don't forgive yourselves and you take all this guilt to the new quarter of the year, it is going to cripple you. So if you say, I forgive myself, guys, type number two. If you say, I forgive myself? Type number 2 in the comment box.
If you forgive yourself, you've got to make that decision. You've got to understand that the past 3 months, you were doing your best. You were doing each and everything that was possible for you at the same time. You were trying to move forward, but life, came into place and everything was just not working out the way you had planned. That happens sometimes. So we must learn to forgive ourselves so that we can start a new page, so that we can start and just say we are now focusing, we are refocusing our energies onto where we want to go. Because moving forward with the same guilt, you are not going to progress. You are going to feel like you are a failure. You're going to feel like you are just, you know, trying to find your feet all the time. It's all based on the stuff that you were not able to get to, the stuff that you didn't do in the previous
The
months.
goals that you didn't achieve,
Exactly.
the volume that you wanted that you didn't get,
The targets that you were not hitting. So just
give yourself
breathe.
grace.
So
Give
just breathe,
yourself
guys.
grace, guys. So as we start a new quarter, these are the things that we don't want you guys to focus on. We don't want you guys to focus on not hitting your goals. This is not the time for you to focus on the months where you didn't reach your goals. This is not the time for you to focus on not running. This is not the time for you to focus on not being bold. Because this industry, the network marketing industry, requires us to have a very thick skin. It requires us to be very bold. It requires us to take giant leaps of faith. So if in Jan, Feb, and March you are not bold enough to pursue your goals, you are not bold enough to live out loud, you are not bold enough to show up as a leader that you want to be, forgive yourselves. Don't focus on that. Because if you focus on that, it is going to cripple you as we move forward.
We got that, everybody. We got that. We understand. We are now up for the new season, for the new everything, for the new us, for the new version of ourselves. Because you know what? You've got to always be working on the new version of yourself. The version that you were yesterday shouldn't be the same you. You should have grown a little bit. You should have gotten a little bit more hungrier. You should have gotten more, more ambitious the following day. So it's all about just trying to take one step further than you were yesterday. Not in competition with anyone, but in competition with the person that you see in the mirror. The person that you see in the mirror is forever going to be growing, evolving, and adapting to the new way of life. And that's how we should take it. We shouldn't take it in a negative way, but whatever happened in the past, let it stay in the past and we start a new page and we move on.
Yeah, so these are the things that you need to focus on in this new quarter, in this new month. We want you to focus on the excitement of what can be. Guys, we want you to focus on the excitement of what this new season, of what this new quarter can actually be. We want you to focus on the excitement of the new team that you are going to bring in. We want you to focus on the new stories that you are going to create. We want you to focus on those incentives that you are going to tick, on the goals that you are going to tick, on the new you that you are going to finally meet. Do you understand? So that is where your focus should be. That is why we always say faith plays a huge role in our industry. Faith plays a huge role in what we do. So we want you to focus on the positive only, because as we always say, where energy goes,
energy flows.
Where focus goes, energy flows. Where focus goes, energy flows. So focus on the possibilities. That's this new season. That's this new quarter. That's actually bring for you. Because if
Would
you
bring
get
a fortune.
excited, if you get excited, you are going to attract the right kind of people that share the same vision with you, the people that you are going to lock arms with and move your businesses forward. So we want you to focus on trusting the process and trusting the journey as well.
Yes.
Focus
Yes.
on trusting the process and the journey as well. This is the most beautiful journey, guys. The network marketing journey, it is the most beautiful journey. It is the most life changing journey. It is the most rewarding journey as well. You know, a journey that is so holistic, where you get to improve, where you get to better yourself, where you get to be a better version of yourself, and while impacting other people's lives. A journey where you get to reach your goals, to reach your destiny, but you don't get to reach those goals, those destinies alone. You get to take some people with you.
You
What's
got
a
to
godly industry?
You get
What's
to
a godly
move.
business,
You get
guys?
to move with your tribe. You know, the tribe that God has, given you. You get to move with them. You get to grow with them. You get to show them the light. You get to show them what is possible. As you all dream together as the tribe, as you all moving in the same direction, you get to move together. So it's more of a holistic, approach. It's a more holistic to environment for everybody to be growing towards, the same goals. You know, it's one of those things where everyone in this industry can literally make a decision. You get to draw a line in the sand and say, I have been playing small. I have not been showing up. I have been doing all the funny things that I shouldn't be doing. I haven't been focusing on my business. Now it's my time to rebuild. Now it is my time to focus on my goals and achieving them. Now, what do I need to do to get to my goals? What do I need to do to get to the potential that I'm chasing all the time? Because we are all chasing the potential, that we've got. We want to get to that point one day and say, yes, I have lived my life fully. I have, gotten to my full potential because I've achieved X, Y, and Z. And not only just for me as an individual or as a family member or as the celebrity, but with my tribe. Everyone is winning and we are all moving in the same direction. That is all that we want. It's not about just a singular person, but it's about each and everyone that is locking arms with us to move into their future with a smile, with better everything. So guys,
Yeah.
yeah,
So focus on, deciding that you will, guys. Success is a decision. Success is a decision. So we want you to focus on the decision that this quarter you will, that this quarter you are
yeah,
going to be uncomfortable so that you can be comfortable. That this quarter you are going to give yourselves permission to reach your goals. You are going to give yourself permission to chase that role. Because in most cases, many people in network marketing, they save themselves too much.
mhm,
They are so scared of taking bold decisions, big leaps, So we want you to say, in this quarter, I am going to live out loud. I am going to focus on the basics. I am going to master the basics and I am going to show up every day because I know that what I do in this quarter will bear the results in the next 90 days. So if I play around in this quarter, if I crawl in this quarter, if I don't give this quarter my all, I am going to be punished in the next 90 days. Because you need to understand the network marketing industry, it is a 90 days game. It
yeah.
is a 90 days
Just a
game.
quarter at a
You,
time.
you can decide not to do any activities right now. You won't be punished right now. You are going to feel the full effect of you lazing around every day, you share your services or products every day, you share the plan every day. The next 90 days, my friends, can be one of the best 90 days in
Ever.
your business history, but only if you decide that you will. You've got to decide that you will, and you can, and you must. If you say, I will, I can, and I must, put number 5 in the comment box. If you say, I can, I will, and I must, put number 5 in the comment box. We want to see that we are all in alignment.
This is you proclaiming the future. This is you saying, I am going forward. I can, I will, I must. Because my family depends on it. You know? Because I know I'm capable. And I will do it. Whatever it takes, I will do it. I will do whatever it takes. And I can. And
I will.
And I
must.
Can, and I must. So that is what we should be, focusing on. And remember, guys, success, all the successful people around the world, they stick to the basics.
That's all.
The only thing they are good at is mastering the basics. The only thing they are good at is mastering the basics. They are super consistent when it comes to doing the basics over and over and over. There is no secret about it. They just master the basics. And we can all master the basics because we know the basics. We know what is required for us to move our businesses to the next level. So let's refocus. Let's rebuild.
Time to refocus, guys.
Let's rebuild. Cities are built on other cities. You've built a business. You are here because you've got a team that you are leading. You are here because you've recruited 1 or 2 people. You are here because you bought 1 or 2 products and you've sold to 1 or 2 customers. You are here because you see the future in this industry. You are here because you want to be that leader. So let's rebuild.
Time to rebuild, everybody.
You've built it before, you've done it before. So what's stopping you? This time, build it bigger, better, and faster. Build it bigger, better, and faster.
Can somebody type there for us? Bigger, better, faster, guys. That must be our motto for this quarter. This must actually be our word for this quarter. Bigger, better, faster. In whatever we do, we need to question ourselves if this is in alignment with me building bigger, faster, and better. So all right. So right now, guys, the whole purpose of coming on live today was actually to help you with the plan to review. It is the time of the year, guys, the time of the month where we are reviewing the month that was, and we are planning the next month. And this time around, we are not only reviewing the month, but we are reviewing our quarter, so that we know exactly where we stand, so that we know our stats, so that we know exactly what we need to do, so that in this quarter we have better results. So the only way of doing that is by taking a step back, looking at the activities that we did, reviewing the good, the bad, the ugly, taking lessons where we can, improving where we can, and setting even bigger intentions. Right now, all of you know one of the reasons why you didn't have the results that you wanted. Me personally, I know one of the reasons why I didn't have the results that I wanted in the first quarter. So we want you to have that meeting with yourselves. Have a meeting with yourself. Yes, call yourself to your boardroom and then have that meeting with yourself. But you've got to be honest as well. You need to know exactly the reasons why you failed to reach your full potential. This is key, guys, before we move forward. This is key.
That is actually your foundation to plan your review. You've got to look at your numbers. you've got to take a step back, analyze your month one, analyze your month two, analyze your month three, and see there would be a pattern along these first 3 months. There is a pattern for sure. See if there's any growth in the way you were showing up. See if there was any mishap in your commitment. See if there was something that might have externally swayed you on the wrong side or moved you in a different direction that was coming from external, that was not within your control. Because all you want to do is get your numbers right. In order for you to grow and get to a next level, you've got to know your numbers.
Know your steps.
You've got to know in the first month of January, how did I do? How many presentations did I do? How many launches did I do? How many team trainings did I have? How many new people did I enroll? How many new people did I set planning sessions with? How many of those people are still active? And how many of them came in and joined and then they disappeared? All of those numbers we need to know. You need to know and understand that I did so much and this was my
the
overall.
results. You need to know your numbers, guys. You need to know even your recruitment stats.
Mhm.
When it comes to recruiting, you need to know your numbers so you don't get frustrated. Okay, you need to know the number of exposures that you need to have before you can have a yes. Do you understand? You need to know what to, okay, for me, in order for me to have one person signing up, I actually have to have conversations with 20 to 30 people before I can have one person that is going to sign up. Because if you know your numbers, you are not going to be frustrated. The frustration comes
When you don't
when
know
you
your numbers.
don't know your numbers. You talk to 2 people, to 3 people, to 4 people, they all say no, and you say, you know what, this industry doesn't work, this business doesn't work. But it is you that is not keeping track of your stats. It is you that doesn't know your numbers. So you need to know your numbers so that when you reach out to 19 people and everyone says no, you know that according to my stats, I've got to make sure that I reach out to 30 people so that I have my yes. For business launches as well, for presentations as well, you need to know your numbers. Know exactly how many people you need to invite to a launch, to a business presentation. If you want, yes, if you want to have maybe 5 people in attendance. Because if you talk to 1 people and 2 people, they all say, I am going to come. The following day, you are hosting a presentation, no one shows up. You are going to be frustrated. You are going to blame people. You are going to blame your company. You are going to blame the industry. Where in fact, it is you that is failing you. You don't understand your numbers because you don't keep track of your stats. Because you don't treat your business as a business. If you talk to anyone in any business, in any business sector, in any field, they know their numbers. They keep track of how many people actually come, to inquire and they never buy. How many people come and they come again. They look at their retention and all that. They know their numbers. So we want to ask you, my friends, do you have your numbers?
You must also question the fact that certain number of people come in and ask the questions and they never do anything. They never take the action to ask for more information. They don't ask for a sit down. They don't ask for any explanation. They just hear what you say and they disappear. So how can you overpower that and come up with another strategy or another angle to say, I've got to give them more. I've got to have more for other people when they come in contact with me, that I should be able to give them 1, 2, and 3, so that they are more intrigued with what I'm doing. So it's all about finding the right ways that work better. There is no one size fits all because we are all different human beings, but we all know what is required. I mean, there is no business that doesn't shut down for stock take. Any business comes a point where it is on shutdown, you are stock taking. You are making sure that you've got all the products that you need, you've got all the stuff that you need for that week, for that month, or whatever. You are
Take
always
stock
going
of your business.
take stock. This is basically the plan you review.
Yeah.
Is you taking stock of your business.
Because in most cases, what we do or when we fail in network marketing, we only do.
Yeah.
We plan.
Indeed.
That's if we even plan. In
Well,
most
say
cases,
part of them.
parts of like many people, they only do. They are on the do all the time, sending out information, inviting, and all that. But they never take a step back and actually review what is working, what is not working, what are my numbers,
Mhm.
so that I can be well prepared for the month to come, for the month ahead. So right now, we are going to give you some of the things that you need to look at when you are preparing now for the month ahead. But before we do that, we are going to review the month that one. If you have your planners, you can take out your planners or take out your pens and paper. Or if you don't have, you can always come back and press that replay. Because these are the questions that all of you must ask yourselves before you even set your targets for the new month, before you even set new goals for the next quarter, for this quarter, I mean. You need to answer
Seems
these
fun.
questions,
Honestly.
honestly. So the first question that you are going to write down right now, you are reviewing your first quarter of
That's
the
3
year,
months.
first 3 months of the year. When the year started, guys, I'm sure we all had goals that we wanted, and mostly in our industry, it's mostly year goals. It's 12 months, 12 months goals that we are chasing. So the first question that you are going to ask yourself is, how far am I from my year end goals? That is the number one question. You need to write that down in your planners. If you have a planner, if you don't have, take pen, paper, and just write, or wherever you are
Make
keeping
notes.
track of your business, because you need a system where you are keeping track of your business. So write down, how far am I from my year end goals? That is one of the questions that you need to ask yourself. Look back to the goals that you had written down when the year started. You had goals. This is time for you to review. So, how far are you, my friends, from your year end goals? Number two, this is the second question that you need to write down or answer. Write the answer down in your planners for those of you that have the planners. For those of you that do not know, we do have our planners for network marketers that we have like only 180
Available
planners
in
left
stock.
in stock, and then after that we won't be producing anymore as we are preparing for the new volume
Version.
2 or volume 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go out
So
there
you can
and
go out
grab
there
it.
and grab it. If you don't have it yet, it is undated, so you can use it throughout the year. So the next question that you are going to ask yourself is, what were my major wins this quarter? This is important. What were my major wins this quarter? So you write down your major wins for this quarter, guys. Number three, what were my major lessons this quarter? The must be
I
business.
love the layout of this my plan because it really, goes deep into one's thoughts. Your major wins, your major wins, not ours, yours. That's volume.
And
You know?
yeah, that's what. And also, Percy, when we talk about wins, there are wins that we call the physical wins.
Mhm.
These are wins that you can smell, touch, and feel. These are your physical wins. And in some cases, you are going to have internal wins before you can have those physical wins. So maybe you didn't win physically. You cannot touch, smell, and feel your wins, but maybe you have more courage. Maybe you worked on your personal development. Maybe you worked on your belief system. So those are all wins. Maybe you were more consistent. than
More
before.
committed.
You were more committed.
Mm.
You had more grit. Do you understand? So those are all wins that you need to write down. Remember, guys, in most cases, we are so good on bashing on ourselves that we don't get time to actually celebrate our strides, to celebrate our wins. Our industry
Especially
is not
the
easy,
wins
it's
that you
tough.
don't get to see. The wins that you don't get to see, touch, they are also important because everything else in your business, in the world, can be going haywire. But if those wins, if you are even able to identify those wins, some people have wins. You as a leader can see that certain people in your team have, certain wins. They are more courageous. They are putting themselves out there. They are trying. They are getting, in motion. But for themselves, they don't even see it. They can't recognize the wins that they've got. So as a leader, you're also able to see the wins in your team and actually just a quick text and let them know, hey, I see you. In the past, you wouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
So that's also part of the winning formula, being able to identify the wins that other people cannot see, purely just because you know the person. You understand how they work when they first, got started in business. So, guys,
So you need to write down your wins and what were your major lessons. There must be some lessons
along the way,
along the way, guys.
okay.
So what were your lessons in the first quarter? After that, you need to write down what worked well. There are some activities that gave you more results than others.
Mhm.
There must be some incentives, the team incentives maybe, that gave you more results than the others. So you need to go back, retrace your steps, find out what worked well. Because once you know exactly what worked well, you are going to do more of that the next 3 months.
Simple. Do more of what works well. It's a simple task. It's easy. I am happy with it. It works in my favor. It's giving me all the results that I'm looking for. So I'm going to focus on that. And the more you focus on what you are good at, you are only accelerating your growth. You are accelerating your fluency because you get more into it. You don't even need to pick me up because you understand it so well. You know exactly what to do, and you just go for it, and you just stay on that.
Because you know what, guys, in order for you to move your business forward, you don't have to be well skilled in all parts of your business. Find out what works well for you and you master that.
And that's
Just
it.
master the skills. You have to master all the skills. Find out what works for you, and you just go crazy on that. Be consistent, with that. Be obsessed with that, and you are going to have an explosive 90 days. So, once your team in momentum, this is another question that you need to write down. Was I in momentum? Was my team in momentum? You write yes or no.
Was my
Why?
company in?
Yes, why or why not? Then you write down the reasons that you believe why you were in momentum with your team and why you were not in momentum as well. Number 6, I think, what can I do better to make this quarter more productive? Once you have reviewed all your the lessons, the wins, what worked, what didn't work, you need to write down now what can
It's a
I
focus.
do better now.
You are focusing now on the future. You are now writing down what steps you are going to take to rectify this mess that was happening in the first quarter, these issues that were happening. You are now moving
Forward.
Yeah.
So you need to write down now what can I do better to make this quarter more productive? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself and write it down, guys. There is something about writing down your goals. There is something about writing down your intentions. There is something about writing down your stats. Don't just keep it in your head. Write it down. So write down what can I do better to make this quarter better, to make it more productive. You need to write that down. Maybe you have to do more launches. Maybe it is time for you to relaunch yourselves. You know,
It's very
maybe
important.
yeah,
You can actually
you relaunch yourselves.
start with that. Relaunch yourself. Let you've maybe on your social media, you've gained maybe 10, 20, 50 new friends that don't know you. They just see you post from time to time. Relaunch
Yeah,
yourself.
maybe it's
Let
time to
them know what
relaunch.
you do. Let them know who you are.
Maybe it's
And
time for you to upgrade your identity. You know,
hey, I love that
upgrade
one.
your identity.
So upgrade
So
yourself.
yes, and this is important. What's my personal development plan for this quarter, guys? What is my personal development plan for
For
this
the next
quarter?
3 months.
Yes, this is super important. In most cases, they say black people don't read. They say if you want to hide something from a black person, hide it in a
In a
book,
book.
hide it in a form of
Put it in
personal
a planner.
development, put it in a planner, hide it from them because we know black people don't read. But as network marketers, we need to change that. So you need to have books that you have, and you say, you know what? For my quarter,
Business.
for this next 3 months, these are the books that I'm going to focus on. These are the podcasts that I'm going to focus on. You know, these
These
are
are
the
the
YouTube
YouTube
videos
videos.
that I'm going to listen to. In terms of my personal development, these are the trainings that I'm going to attend.
And these are the mentors that I'm going to be focusing on just for this next 3 months.
Yeah,
Because of your target, because of your goals. They are specifically giving you what you need. So you are now focusing on that to better that vision that you have. So it's one of those things, guys. If you don't, if you are not a good reader, nowadays technology is so like literally at our doorstep. You just go onto your phone, get onto an app, and you can download it straight from the net, and you have it on your phone. It can actually play an audio. You
yeah.
can listen to books. You don't have to read them
And
now.
also,
You can play them,
yes,
and you
and
can even play
also,
them in the radio when you're traveling.
yes, and also don't say that you are not a reader. Don't say that you are not a reader. Remember what we do. We model successful people. And what we know about successful people, we know that they work on themselves. We know that they listen to positivity, they listen to books, they read books, they work on their personal development. So don't say that you are not a reader. Don't say that it's not in me. Don't say the last time I read a book was when I was still in college, when I was still in high school. Remember, you are now
A business
a
person.
business person. You are here because you want to be successful. And if we model successful people, we trace what they do. We know that they work on their mindsets.
As we all understand the high flyers of the industry, the high flyers of business, the billionaires of the businesses that we aspire to have. They are readers. Each and every one of them, when you go on and Google them, you get stories of how many books they read in a year. Why is that? Why is that the only thing that, not really the only thing, but the most common amongst them? It's because they understand that an open mind is easy to adjust. An open mind, a mind that is willing to learn, is better than just a closed mind. And that is in our business. It's even worse in our business. We need to be open minded at all times. We need to be bringing in, information, feeling our wow, feeling our mind, always thinking of better ways and new ways of how we can penetrate the industry, of how we can better ourselves. Hence, we go into another review. It's all about getting better. No one is on top of everything. each and every one of us, we are working in progress. We are working in progress. And don't just be okay with it. Plan to do something. Decide to do something about it. It might seem a little bit strange that you've had the planner all along, but this is your first time ever going through the phase of plan, do, review. I'm sure there's one or two people that have it, they haven't actually planned or do anything. Guys, give yourself a that part. Start now. Start now. All this,
Their hand is cut.
all of
Guys.
this is
Yeah,
for us.
but-
All of this is for each and every one of us. We understand, life gets busy. It's okay. Let's just start now. So we can get to the potential person creators.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, so once you have written down your review now for the previous quarter, you are then going to write down your goals for the new quarter. Okay, thank you so much, Katamba, for writing down all these questions that are so important when you are reviewing your previous month, your quarter, or whatever. These are some of the questions that you need to ask yourselves. Next. So right now, once you have that written down, you then once you are done with that, you are now in a position to plan for the next quarter. So the second quarter of the year, you then write down my top goals for the new quarter. Next, top goals for the new quarter. Number one, rank advancement. Which rank
You
are
plan
you
to hit.
chasing? Which rank are you planning to hit, guys?
Because you must remember, if you have no target, then you are not going
Yeah,
to
to hit
achieve
anything.
anything.
If you have
Because
no
there isn't a target that you are working towards.
towards.
So in the direction that you are facing right now, what is your target? What rank are you working towards? What incentive are you working towards? What goal that you are trying to get to? So there must always be something as a leader, as a business person, you must always be working towards a particular
Yeah.
direction, a particular goal, a particular target.
So write down the rank advancement that you want to achieve. You say, you know what, by the end of, to be the end
Okay?
of June, this is where I want to be in my business. By the end of June, this is where I want to be. Number two, you write down your income goals. What is your income goal for the first quarter of the year? You need to write down your income goal for the second quarter of the year, guys. It is very important because you need something that is going to motivate you. You need something that you are going to work towards. In most cases, many people are just building their businesses, but they have no idea that, you know what, by the end of June, this is the income that I want. So write that down. How much do you want to earn? It can be in retailing combined with team building by the end of June. There must be a number. Write down that number, guys, so that you know that this is what I am working towards. So, what is your income goal for this second quarter of the year? Number three, you need to write down your personal volume. This is the volume that is not going to be done by my team, but it is a volume that is going to be done by me personally.
You
Tell
put your
yourself
neck
that
on the block.
yes,
You put your neck on the block. You say, these are the volume.
myself.
This is the
Totally
number
dependent on
that
me.
I want to bring in, that I'm going to bring in. These are the recruits, the number of recruits that I'm going to bring into my business. It's excluding anyone else but your personal numbers.
So you need to write down that, you know what, if my team decides not to show up in this quarter, personally, this is what I am going to do. By the end of June, this is the total volume that I am going to do personally. Myself, through recruiting and retaining, I am going to bring in this volume. And then after that, you are going to write down the total volume that is going to be
Yours
done
and your team
by your team. So, what is the total volume that you want within the next 3 months? What is the total volume that you are working towards? Because remember, if you are aiming at nothing, you are going to hit nothing. So, what is your personal volume? And
the first phase, when you aim at nothing, you
you are going
always
to,
get to hit it.
yeah,
You
because
always
nothing.
hit it. You always achieve that goal because you're aiming at nothing. So you've got to have a number that you're working towards. Let's put the number down.
So you need to have that number. And then have, this is important, guys. Recruiting is the lifeblood of our business. The recruiting is the core.
Mhm.
That is what successful leaders do in network marketing. They bring in new people all the time because they understand that if they bring in new people, they have guaranteed growth in future. Do you understand? So you need to make sure that you write down how many people are you planning to recruit in the next 3 months. By the end of June, personally as Twitter, personally as Nosy, personally as Queen, personally as
Slowly.
Flongile, how many people are you committing and say, you know what? This is my number of recruits that I am going to bring in the next 3 months. I am going to do whatever it takes. I am going to show up every day. I am going to reach out to new people every day. I am going to start conversations every day. And if I see that by the end of March, April, I'm still far from my goal, I am going to double my numbers in May. I am going to do more. I am going to do more launches. There is a time where I am going to do presentations throughout the week. There is a time where I'm going to commit to starting 1,000 new conversations because by the end of June, this is my goal for the new prospects. This is my goal for the new prospects, and then you are going to write down the number of new customers that you want. We are not talking about existing customers, we are talking about new customers. So, how many new customers are you planning to have?
Your reach. You've
By
got to
the
grow your
end,
reach. You've got to grow your reach. The minimum of 20 to 30 customers, that's for new people. We're talking about you as a great leader that you are. New customers. Each and every business, each and every supermarket, each and every retail shop, they are always doing something to better their customers, to bring in new customers, to enhance for them to get new customers. They will never say, we are satisfied with the number of customers we have. We're not looking for more. That's why every time you walk into a shop, they treat you like royalty.
Yeah.
Because for them, it's business, irrespective of how many times you've been there. So you are a new customer every time. So guys, we need to look at the new customer rate and grow that as well.
so once you have written down all these steps, you've written down the rank advancement, you've written down your income, your personal goal, your team goal, your new recruits, your new customers. You then have to write down your game plan.
How?
The how. The how is super important. How do you plan to achieve all these numbers? It has to be written down.
Because it's all well and good for everyone to have, the reviews and have all these plans
And the numbers.
and have the numbers and everything. But if there isn't a how, then I can literally say that you pretty much wasted your time.
Yeah.
Because you have not, you don't have a plan. You don't have a game plan. You don't have the how. If you don't have the how, which means your whole team doesn't have the how, because you as a leader don't have the how. So figure out the how.
Yeah.
Put down the steps that you're going to take towards achieving your goals, towards achieving the rank advancements, the income, the personal and the team volume. the new recruits, the new customers, all of that. Put it down.
And then once you have written that, guys, write down why is this important to achieve. Now this is where you are now connecting everything to your why, because your why is going to work as your fuel. It's all good to write all this down, writing the game plan and everything, but you need to write down why is it so important for you to achieve everything that you have stated.
Comes from the heart. If your why
Write down your reasons.
doesn't come from the heart, then you need to reassess. You need to relook at your why. You need to find a deeper meaning, which means you need to go back and do 7 steps deep. Ask yourself 7 levels deep why it is important for you to achieve. Why do you need this? Who is it for? What does it mean to you?
Who's going to pay
Who's
the
going to
price if you don't
benefit?
make this business a success?
Why really? Why go through all the trouble? All those questions, as niggling as they can be, but they fit part of the puzzle. Because without an emotional connection to why you've got to do all these things, then they're as good
We're
as
not
not
gonna
done.
do it. Anyway, guys, we are done for the day. So this is how you review. If you found value, please type value. If you found value, please type value. And all everything that we went through today, you can find it in your planner. Those of you that have planners, it is time for you to review your month and set new intentions for that new month. Each and every question that we went through, you can find it in your planner. So let us go out there, guys, and make sure that we make the next 3 months our best month. You've got to make sure that you pay the price. Sacrifice for what you want, or what you want will become a sacrifice. Sacrifice for what you want, or what you want will become a sacrifice. We wish you guys nothing but the best, and let us meet at the top, guys, and just do whatever it takes. Take giant faith, take giant steps, giant leaps, and yeah.
In secret, we'll tell you guys next week sometime. It is something else. Cooking. We always cooking. We always cooking. 28 cups now. So we are cooking something that's just going to be a little short one. But yeah, man, let's just finish,
Yeah.
baking it, and then we'll unveil it to you guys. All right.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have yourselves a great day. We are so glad that you found value. So, yeah, bye. It's time for us to work and to actually write down, to review our quarter as well, and to write down our new intentions for the new quarter. So, bye now, guys. Bye bye.
Bye. Till then.
This one decided to go off.